Hi.
Quit.
Jan's got
A glare.
a glare on her glasses, and we're trying to figure out where it's coming from. So it's not over here. It's not over here. Not over here. It's not over here. But I found it. It's right there. No? Okay.
It is what it is.
And Tara is the first, and Tom. Oh,
Hey.
they first ones to say hi.
Hello there.
Hello. So
welcome to
Sunday,
Divine
Fellowship, Sunday service,
home version.
Home version still. Yeah.
Phil.
Pastor Janice.
Hey, glad to see you.
And here we are, getting up into almost mid-June in southeastern Washington. Sweaters. What? Really? So, yeah.
Weather's crazy.
Got a heater
World's
sitting next to
crazy.
Jan.
Yes.
Hopefully the dog has calmed down. She just laid down.
Yay! We've been
playing
keeping
with
her busy all
morning.
morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hard to be a puppy, I guess.
Okay. All right.
Is it
Time to
okay?
get going. It's time
Is it
to get
okay?
going. Yeah.
Okay.
We do have a couple patron saints by the name of John Lennon and George Carlin.
Yay, George and John.
And we've had them for like long time. I mean,
Yeah.
long time when George was even alive still. So, I mean, it's been a long time.
Yeah.
So, and so we'll.
And he knew. He thought it was hilarious.
And he did know. He did know. And John said, "Life is what happens when you're busy making other plans." Oh, yay, howdy. Yeah. Oh, yay, howdy.
Yeah, you know what they say. You want to make God laugh.
Tell him your plan. Yeah. And George, have you ever noticed, did I do these? Have you ever noticed anybody going slower than you as an idiot and anyone going faster than you as a maniac? I know. I read these things like, okay, I know I've said that before. So, so how much of these I wonder I did? The house is just a place where you keep stuff? Did I do that one?
I don't know.
Okay.
You've
Well,
done them
I
so
think-
many times
I
over
know,
the years.
But this is a different one.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think it's the duty of the comedian to find out where the line is drawn and cross
Cross
it
it.
deliberately.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's the line of a pastor,
Pastors.
too.
Yeah. We have to
There's that
talk
line.
about stuff that people don't like talking about. So,
Sometimes.
you know, the elephant in the room. One thing leads to another. Not always. Sometimes one thing leads to the same thing. Ask an addict. So, there we go. All right.
That's George?
No. Yes. Yeah, that was George. That was George.
He can be quite profound.
Well, he sometimes can be.
And quite profane.
And quite profane. If you're sailing in the Strait of Messina and come upon a castle floating in thin air, you are seeing an optical illusion called a fata morgana, which only occurs where there are alternating warm and cold layers of air rising from the surface. A fata morgana. Oh, I'm having a fata morgana. I don't know. Whatever. That was really ridiculous. That was really stupid. Things that make you go,
Honey, you always make me go,
I know. Monkeys are superior to men in this. When a monkey looks into a mirror, he sees a monkey. There you go. God does not pay weekly, but he pays at the end. Dutch proverb. In nature, there are neither rewards nor punishments. There are consequences. True. To one who has faith, no explanation is necessary. To one without faith, no explanation is possible. It's true.
True.
By night, an atheist half believes in God. No, they don't. Whatever. Wrinkles should merely indicate where smiles have been.
Oh, that's lovely.
Mark Twain.
That's lovely.
And that love is all there is all we know of love. Emily Dickinson.
All you need is love.
All you need is love. Thinking well is wise. Planning well, wiser. Doing well, wisest, best of all.
Amen to that.
Amen to that.
Yep.
When I heard the church bells ring, I thought I heard the voice of God.
Oh,
Isn't that nice?
how sweet is that?
Albert Schweitzer. Yeah, that was nice. I think I want to.
Oh,
There.
okay. They don't want to see our ceiling.
They don't want to see our ceiling. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Perks of being over 50. You can eat supper at 4 o'clock.
Or 3.
Or 3. You get into heated arguments about pension plans. You no longer think of speed limits as a challenge.
No, I think there's some 50-year-old plus people that still. Oh, you are.
Why? Why is it that no matter
whys.
what color bubble bath you use, the bubbles are always white?
Wait.
I have
I don't
always
know.
wondered that since I was a kid. I was always really so thrilled when somebody had bubble bath was this unusual color like pink, you know, one of 2 colors back then, and they still came out white. I even noticed then. It's like I was so disappointed. So, why do people constantly return to the refrigerator with hopes that something new to eat will have materialized?
Because they're married to someone who bakes.
Oh,
And
That's
or
a good-
cooks,
that's
and
a
they
good
could have-
answer.
They could have
that's
something could have materialized
that's-
without them
that's
having to
actually a good
manufacture.
answer. I should write that in here. Why do people keep running over a string a dozen times with a vacuum cleaner? Then reach down, pick it up, examine it, and then put it down to give the vacuum one more chance.
It's a vacuum's job, by gosh. Do your job. Here, try it again.
All right. My first confession.
Oh no.
A parish priest was being honored at a dinner for the 25th anniversary of his arrival at the parish. A leading local politician who was the member of the congregation was chosen to make a presentation and to give a little speech at the dinner. But he was delayed in traffic, so the priest decided to say his own words while they waited. You will understand, he said, the seal of the confessional can never be broken. However, I got my first impressions of the parish from the first confession I heard here. I can only hint vaguely about this, but when I came here 25 years ago, I thought I had been assigned to a terrible place. The very first chap who entered my confessional told me how he had stolen a television set, then stopped by the police, had almost murdered the officer. Further, he told me that he had embezzled money from his place of business and had an affair with the boss's wife. I was appalled, but as the days went by, I learned that my people were not all like that. I had indeed come to a fine parish full of understanding and loving people. Jan knows where this is going. Just as the priest finished to talk, the politician arrived, full of apologies at being late. He immediately began to make the presentation and give his talk. I'll never forget the day our parish priest arrived in the parish, said the politician. In fact, I had the honor of being the very first one to go to him for confession.
Oops.
Oops. Oops.
Oops.
Okay.
Hey, let's start with the church prayer.
Hey, let's do that. We're going to both just say it, or what are we going to do? Go back and forth?
Let's do back
We'll
and
just go
forth.
back and forth. Okay.
Yeah. Mhm.
This is our church prayer that was made up by all the members.
Everyone was asked to identify the Divine Fellowship by one word. And then we went around and we collected all those words, and from that we extrapolated this prayer. So we pretty much used every word that was said. Some words, love and loving, and so we couldn't use both of those, but we did the best that we could.
Mhm.
And here is the results of that.
Loving Spirit of Light, we are grateful for this divine church home where we feel safe, connected, loved, and joyful.
We ask that angels of light shine grace on our journey, bringing us bodacious laughter and the truth of our wondrous destiny.
As beacons of light, may we shine our abundant blessings and unconditional love, creating unity with all. And so it is. Cool.
Amen. May it be so.
Amen. 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 Amen.
I just sing along.
Goes all the way back. Goes
Yeah,
way
yeah,
back.
way
Way
back.
back. Way back.
Probably way back further than
Yeah, we don't
know.
do. You know, if people that are not familiar with our church ever come to one of our services, we can't play our music on any of these services that we use. But it's all like non-church music. I mean, we play rock and roll and all kinds of things. Some things that people
Sometimes
go, what the
hillbilly."
heck is this going on in a church?
Yeah.
But guess what? That's what we do. And we've been doing it for, I don't know, a long time. And we've always started jokes off first thing. And I do know,
Because?
and well,
Because, tell them why. Tell them why.
because people come to church usually all, frequently like, oh, I had a bad week or whatever, and they're all in their head, and hopefully jokes and some stupid jokes, most of them stupid jokes, hopefully get them out of that and get them calm and so they can actually listen to what Jan has to say, which is always wonderful.
Why, thank you,
Toodles.
sir. Thank you for that.
Sip of coffee?
Yeah, you
Your
could.
coffee?
You could reheat that if you would
Okay.
have a taste. Boy, do I have stuff to share with you this morning. Wow. I almost don't know where to start because it's big stuff and it's not necessarily easy stuff to say and not necessarily easy stuff to hear. But I think it's imperative and important for us to take a look at it. So first of all, I want to start with, this is probably no surprise to you, but everyone I've talked to recently is like, I'm so exhausted. There's so much hate in the world. There's so much hate on Facebook and there's so much hate here and there. I got it fixed. Get your arm out of my screen, please.
And put something on that, keep it warm, like that rag maybe.
I can.
Okay.
I'll take care of it. Thank you. He's so sweet, taking care of me. So, and the comment that I keep hearing is, I'm so exhausted. Well, there's a reason for that. I want to talk to you about that exhaustion and how to short circuit that, how to overcome that, how to move beyond that. That'd be good to know, wouldn't it? Because we're all just exhausted, sick and tired of all this stuff. And it doesn't seem to be any end in sight. So we got to find a way to endure. We've got to find a way to survive this. And it's hard. It's hard. Stuff is hard. And there's so many conflicting perspectives and so many conflicting perceptions. It's hard to know what is the truth. We have the little t truth, which is my truth, and then there's the big T truth, which is truth. Well, it's hard to know what my truth is. And is my truth the truth, or is it just my truth, my preferences? There's scientific evidence to support wearing masks, and there's scientific evidence to say don't wear masks. Depends on who you look at. So we end up confused and frustrated and angry because people aren't doing it what I think is the right thing. I want people to do it my way, the way I want it done. And I don't have any control over them, so that makes me frustrated and angry, right? Well, it doesn't have to. It can. And then we have to talk about it, and then we have to share it again and again and again on Facebook, or we have to read it over and over and over, or we have to hear somebody talking about it over and over and over. Whether it's friends or family members, somebody's going to be in our face, and this generates this hate energy. Hate's everywhere. And it's exhausting. And here's why it's exhausting. There's some energetic things going on that I want you to know about, that is imperative for you to know. So remember we talked a couple of weeks ago, we talked about feeding the beast of fear. Well, the hate beast is the same beast. It's just a different head on the same beast. It's like multi-headed. One is fear, one is hate, one is jealousy, one is whatever. But you get the idea. And what happens here is we get caught up in it. And we hate the hater. Oh, that person's so hateful. I hate them. And we feel like if we don't hate them, they win. Or if we don't hate them, we're not standing for our truth. I disagree with that. I think there's another alternative that's less counterproductive to our energy. Because when we move into that state of hate, what happens is we tighten up, we grab onto that which is hate, and it locks us down. Energetically, what we're doing is we're opening our neck and saying, okay, fear, get me. And as long as we're grabbing onto that hate has a grip on us. That fear monster, the manifestation of hate, has a grip on us. Maybe it's gripping your heart space, your guts, or other body parts. I don't want to know. But it'll get a grip on us. And the only way we can release that, well, I'm getting ahead of myself. So what happens here is that we get exhausted because it takes energy, this beast of anger or fear. When we engage in that, we're giving it our energy. And the dark forces that are perpetuating all of this are feeding on that fear, are feeding on that hate. Now, the good book says, be angry, but don't sin. Let me read that to you. I love this. Pay attention. This comes from Ephesians chapter 4, verse 26. Be angry and yet do not sin. Do not let the sun go down on your anger. See, we get angry, but then we don't let it go. And then it builds and it becomes hate. And then it's this putrid, horrible thing, hate is. And we hate more because we're all engaged in this. So if I took poison, I wouldn't drink a different poison to get rid of that poison. No, I wouldn't drink the same poison again to get rid of that poison. I would take an antidote. So what's the antidote to hate? Well, you know it as well as I do, it's love. Well, I can't love that. I know you can't. I'm not asking you to love things that are horrible. I'm not asking you to do that. Or things that are opposing what you think is morally correct. I'm not asking you to do that. What I'm asking you to do is love that which is loving. Love that which is light. Because what happens then is this grip that we have on this fear, and this anger, and this hatred. If we don't let it go at the end of the day, it just intensifies the next day and gets worse. And this grip on us, that's all we can think of, that's all we can experience is hate. It's not where we want to be. It's not where we want to be, because a little further down in the right after, do not let the sun go down on your anger, because that's missing it. That's missing the boat. Yes, be angry, but the anger is just this heads up, I'm not okay with that. And that gives you the opportunity to take action, positive action, in a positive direction. Make sense? That is the antidote to hate. But taking retaliation or reacting in kind and putting hate back out there, stranglehold on our being. It's hard on our physical form, it's hard on our mind, it's hard on our spirit, it's hard on our hearts. It just sucks the life out of us, and we're exhausted. It's stealing our life force energy. We're feeding the beast. It's not helping anything, because if the beast gets stronger, it gets a harder grip on those that are doing those things we hate in the first place. So pay attention. Do not give the devil an opportunity. Don't go there. When you find yourself angry, this is a heads up. I'm not okay with this. Take action in a different direction. Don't retaliate. But take positive action for that which is good, that which will overcome that. Make sense? A little further down in the next chapter. Let no one deceive you with empty words, for these things, I'm going to read that. Don't be partakers, don't do it. Just don't go there. Don't be partakers with them. For you were formerly of darkness. We used to walk that path. We used to walk in that retaliation and revenge and reactionary stuff. But not now. Not now. Now you are light in the Lord. Walk as children of the light. Our pathway is different. For the fruit of the light consists in all goodness and all righteousness and truth. And try and learn what's pleasing to the Lord. Trying to learn that. Because when we can notice when we're full of hate, and instead of being full of hate, if we can notice that, what happens is we let go. We open up. How do you let go? You open up. open up your heart, open up your mind, open up your awareness. When we can open up, then we see other things. If we're closed up, all we see is hate. If we open up, we can see if there's some really good things happening in this world right now. The people have asked me, what's going on? How long are we going to be like this? What's going on? Let me tell you this. It can be easier or it can be harder. And the choice is ours. This is all about choice. Are we going to choose to stay locked up or are we going to open up? Choice is yours. Because when we open up, this lets go. We aren't feeding it anymore. And it falls away from us. When our hands are open, our awareness is open, our mind is open, our hearts are open, then we can share. Then we can be a blessing. Then we can notice all the good things that are happening in the world and participate in that. And that's the power that's going to change the world. Hate's not going to change anything. Hate is just going to perpetuate hate. But opening up, being open to a new pattern, a new path, a new way of being is going to allow us the opportunity to share our love, to share our light, to share our compassion. Because Ecclesiastes, remember in Ecclesiastes chapter 3, it talks about there's this time for time to give birth and a time to die, time to kill, time to heal, blah, blah, blah. There's a time for everything. And right now we're in a time of chaos. It just is. And whether we choose to embrace that chaos and get a grip on it and make it our own, or we can let it go and let it just wash past us. It's our choice. It's all about choice. But after that, there's a time for this and a time for that. I want to read that. That's really kind of cool. Know that there's nothing better for them than to rejoice and do good in one's lifetime. That's what we're here for. Rejoice and do good in one's lifetime. Rejoice and do good in one's lifetime. Everything else is counterproductive. If you're exhausted, are you rejoicing? Where's the rejoicing? This joy energy is the antidote you're looking for. We can't find joy when we're all locked down. But if we open up, we can notice birds singing. Oh my, that can bring joy into our heart, can't it not? And we can notice that the sky, maybe it's overcast today. Maybe there's wind, but there's beauty in even that. Flowers are growing. I think gardening is a powerful tool for staying in a positive state of mind because you can see a little plant growing. Oh my goodness. Even if you have a house plant. I have a little Christmas cactus and it's not the season for it to be blooming, but I've got little baby leaves everywhere. It's wonderful. It makes me happy to see that. And especially if I've planted it and then I see it grow, it makes me feel really good. And when I notice that, my mind opens and my heart opens and my spiritual self opens. It's not locked down. And if I stay locked down, then this gets me. Boy, it gets me fast, especially those of us who are empathic. Now let me clarify what an empath is, because sometimes people get their terms mixed up. We all have intuition. We all have the intuitive abilities. Some people are more in tune than others. Some people use that and are quite skilled at being able to perceive things. But we all have that. A medium is someone who can talk to people on the other side that have passed. And then there's the empath. And an empath is someone who feels what other people are feeling or has a physical experience of other people's experience. So especially in this time when there's so much negative, that often empathic people feel it even worse. And the tendency is to lock down harder because we think we're protecting ourselves. It's not working. It's counterproductive. If you are in fact an empath and feeling other people's feelings, all more reason to open up and let it go so that this love and joy energy can enter in and wash that away. Make sense? So the empath can be extremely intuitive. Not necessarily, they can. An empath can also be a medium and talk to people on the other side, but not necessarily so. If you are an empath, an empathic person, if I stub my toe, you hurt. Or you get it, you feel it in your guts, you feel it in your body somewhere. Ooh. That's why when Phil had his black eye, I could hardly look at him. It was like, oh, I could feel that. Oh, it felt, and I'd feel it in my core, in the core of my being, because I was empathic. So when I sense somebody else is angry, and I can read it in their text, or I see it on their video or whatever, I feel it double time. Because not only am I perceiving it because they're projecting it, I'm also perceiving it on an energetic level as well. So everything I'm saying is double for me. It's probably double for a lot of you that are listening right now, right? Don't you feel that? All the more reason why it's imperative to stay out of hate. Anger is a natural response. I'm not saying don't be angry. And I'm not saying don't take action. What I am saying is make sure your action is motivated from love, not hate. If it's motivated from love, from this experience of that open awareness, then you're going to feel empowered and not exhausted. If you're feeling exhausted, notice and seeing if you're clinging on to hate and anger, fury. And it's time to let go. And well, how do you let go? Again, open up. The fastest way to open up is notice. Notice your surroundings. Notice the fireplace behind me. Well, that's kind of neat. That's different, isn't it? Did you know those have moss on them? If we sprayed that with water, the moss would grow. I'm not sure I want moss in my house, so I don't spray it with water. Notice the color of your walls. Do you remember what color you painted them? I think the color of these walls is Navajo white. Not that you care, but I'm noticing. Notice the feel in the room. How does it feel to you? Doesn't feel good? Man, yank out that sage and get to work. Sage that space. Or walk around the room with prayer. Did you know that sometimes energy gets stuck in corners? And whether you sage or you use incense or you use essential oil, some sort of fragrance, or you can just use a prayer. You can go to face a corner and just look at that corner and say, may all sorrow, fear, loss, regret, hate, bitterness be wiped away and sweep it clean. Maybe do a figure 8. And may it be filled with love, light, and joy. Changes your world. Changes your world. And if you change your world, you can change your awareness. If you change your awareness, then you let go. You still are alert, so you can take action, but you've moved into neutral. And you've moved into accessing the ability to have positive energy flowing into you. But when we're locked down and shut out, those positive energies can't flow and we get exhausted. So if you're exhausted, there's energetic things you can do. And the first energetic thing to do is open up. And that anger, that which you hate, will fall away from you. It takes effort to hang on to it. It takes effort to feed it. And when we let go, when we open up to this higher level of awareness, it falls away. And we no longer feed the beast. The beast no longer can rage in our world. Certainly there's still horrible things happening. And if we have an opportunity to take a positive step, we'll take it. Being in neutral gives us the power to choose. If we're stuck in hate and stuck in that rigid thinking, we can't really choose anything. We can't see opportunities that come our way. So staying in this place of neutral grants us this open awareness, this power of positivity that grants us this joy and grants us the ability to do good in this lifetime. That's what we came here to do. We didn't come here to perpetuate hate. We came here to do good. And there's plenty of good that's ready to be done, don't you think? I think I'm ready for that. Let me see if there's anything else I need to share with you that I may have forgotten. Just remember, without opportunity, there's no responsibility. I can't fix people who have a mindset that's different than mine. I can't change that. Sometimes I can offer a perspective, but that's not my job to change. And if it's not my job, I can open up and let go and be able to share what I can, where I can, when I can, and be able to move into this state of compassion. I tell you, this is an ongoing process. This is something that is necessary for me to do, not only on a daily basis, sometimes on an hourly basis. And I just keep opening up, keep noticing something in this world that is love and light, and then more love and light comes in. And I'm able to keep myself above drowning in all of this and being exhausted. Well, I hope these thoughts have helped you some. I hope they've blessed you a bit. I'd like to lead you in a guided meditation. So the first thing to do is let go. So let's take a moment and just notice the things around you. Notice the things in the room that you're in, or notice the things in this room. You see my staff right there? That was a staff that was carved for me by Steve Moore. It has a danbarite crystal in it and some things that are significant to me carved in there. It's beautiful. Notice that. I think also you can probably see back there, Phil has a radio, antique radio. The picture on the picture. Talking to a camera is just crazy because everything's backwards. This is a picture my grandson drew, painted. There's an angel I painted over there, and some other pretty crystals and stuff. So just notice, pay attention. And can you see and feel how things are unwinding already? Just by being here in this moment? There's nothing you can do about any of that right here, right now. Maybe when we conclude, there may be some action you might want to take. But right now, there's nothing you could do. So you get to let go and notice something else. And the more you notice the world around you with this positive awareness, the easier you can breathe, the easier you can think, and you return to neutral. You're not allowing evil to win. You're defeating evil by moving into this clear, open state of awareness. Now notice your heart space. See how open that is, or if it's not, do some more opening up, opening your awareness even further. And now bring your energy awareness to the bottoms of your feet. There are energy portals there. And as you're aware of them, as you bring your awareness there, they'll open up. Kind of like the eye of a camera, just open up. Again, open, 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 open. It's about being open, not shut down, not closed down, but open. Opening to the right things, opening to the positive things. And as those open, then the denser energies that you've just let go of fall away from you, fall deep into the earth. They fall far into the ethereal realms, far away from you. don't have to hang on to them. They're not going to hurt anyone. They're gone. And at the same time, now open the top of your head, open that awareness even more to divine source. You're always connected. When we're closed off, we can't sense that, we can't feel that. But as we open up, then that awareness expands and we can have a deeper sense, a brighter feeling of that. And that connects us into many levels in the ethereal realms. And you can, in your awareness, either choose energy you'd like to bring into your world right now, into your own being right now, or you can just see and perceive what is opening for you, what divine source is connecting you with right now. Perhaps it's a portal made of blue, or a portal made of green, or a portal made of pink, or a portal made of purple, or a portal made of gold or silver. Just notice. Just notice. See what's there for you, whether you choose it or whether it's just opened for you as a gift. Receive that. And as you tap into that, then this living light of love flows down into your body, into your being. And it'll touch your mind and push even more of that distressing stuff away from you. You're still going to be alert. You can take action if necessary. If a burglar walks through your door, you can take action. You're right and aware and clear, but you don't need to be afraid of that. You don't need to be tied up in hatred for those who do that sort of thing. Just be neutral. Let this living light of love now touch your eyes. And let it touch your discernment centers and your third eye, your perception, and your occipital lobes. This is all how you're perceiving your world. Let whatever color that you tapped into, let it touch these centers so that you can see beyond the hate. You can see beyond the hate. Sometimes hate is just a mask that fear wears, sorrow wears, pain wears. Look beneath it, look beyond it. You can have compassion. Let it touch your ears, your mouth, your throat. This gives you the opportunity to see, perceive, hear, acknowledge somebody else's truth, whether it's your truth or not. You don't have to change them. You don't have to fix them. You don't have to hate them for thinking that. Just let it be. And when an opportunity is given you, you can speak your truth with grace and compassion and love. Letting more and more of this living light touch your shoulders. We carry so much of this heavy burden here. Oh, we can just let that go. Let that energy flow down into your arms and into your hands. Now your hands are ready to open. Might even feel tingly energy in there. May feel like they have expanded and grown. You're tapping into this energy that is higher and greater than you, that is filled with love and compassion. And you can allow yourself to receive that even more. Letting more and more love and light fill your torso. Let it fill your heart space. Let it fill your guts. Let it fill every organ and every system, every tissue. And let it flow down into your legs, down into your feet, and let it flow through you. You are a conduit of this living light of love. Let that love flow through you into the earth. Earth is in desperate need of it, is it not? Allow yourself to be a part of that blessing. Let it go. Let it flow through you with this open awareness. And now gently, gently, gently close the bottoms of your feet and let more living light of love pour into your being and into the energy field that surrounds your body. Now you're in a place where you're in that state of love, you're surrounded by that state of love. And now let's take a little guided meditation journey and let's see if we can achieve some more insights that will spiritually bless us at this point in time. Allow yourself to find your way to the hillside just above a harbor. In the harbor, there's many ships, different kinds of ships, and you're up on the hillside, and the hillside is beautiful. Green grass, lush, beautiful. You might feel the breeze up here because it's kind of windy. And notice there's a little pathway down to the harbor. Allow yourself to follow that little path. As you get down the path, the breeze settles down because you're protected, you're safe. And at the bottom of the hill, bottom of the walkway, you're met by the harbor master. And the harbor master is going to escort you to the ship you're going to take today. And notice what ship you're drawn to. Are you drawn to a sailboat, a tugboat, or a 3-masted ship? Are you drawn to a sailboat, a tugboat, or a 3-masted ship? Knowing that each one of these has unique and specific spiritual information for you. As you board this ship, whichever one it is, the harbor master casts you off and you set out into the harbor. And as you move past the breakwater out into the open ocean, you notice that you are being followed by another ship. Who is following you? What is following you? Is it a garbage scow? Is it a cruise ship or a submarine? What's following you? As you notice this is following you, notice that it is following a trail of light leading from your heart space to that other vessel. And it's weighing you down. You don't need to carry that anymore. It's not a part of your journey. Not right now. You may want to take a cruise ship some other time, but right now you're on the ship that the harbor master has chosen for you to give you spiritual insights and information right now. So for now, whatever's following you, whether it's a garbage scow, cruise ship, or the submarine, release it from your heart space. You don't have to carry that. You don't have to be burdened by that. You don't have to make sure it finds its way. You can just let it go. It's not your thing, not your deal. You don't even have to know why it's there, or what's in it, or what's on it, or why. You can just open up your heart and let that energy fall away. No longer carrying that. And now allow yourself to focus your attention on your journey, on your beautiful journey. Notice the sky is beautiful. It's an amazing day. It feels wonderful to be out in the ocean and free. Beautiful, salty air, beautiful clouds. And as you're journeying along, you notice that there is a tool in the bottom of the boat. Is this a sword? Is it a hatchet? Or is it a laser? Whatever you choose, whatever you see is what is right for you. And it may have spiritual significance for you. If you don't necessarily see anything, choose one of these. Is it a sword? Is it a hatchet? Or is it a laser that you would choose? And know that this has deep spiritual significance for you. And now notice that the day has come to an end and it's time to return to the harbor. And whichever vehicle you have chosen, whichever ship you've chosen, finds its way back into the harbor. The harbor master ties the ship back up again. You disembark. You thank the harbor master for the beautiful gift of a beautiful day. And you notice that you have something in your heart you would like to give this harbor master. Perhaps it's a word or a thought or a hug, a flower, a coin. Whatever you choose has significance for you. So leave your gift along with deep gratitude and allow yourself to find your way back to the trail, back up the side of that hill that surrounds the safe harbor.
Yeah. Connection
Whatever.
was fine. Fine, looks like it might have been a Facebook thing. We don't know. But I guess we'll wait for a second for people to come back.
Or try, whatever. So I had just finished the guided meditation, so we were done. Thank goodness it finished through that. So we're going to do, Phil's joined me again. So we'll do communion, and then I'll get back to interpretation of the guided meditation for you. So sorry we lost you there. Don't know what happened with that.
Don't know.
So communion, we'll do this real quick. Lynn Spicer sent me a link. We found some communion to go packets. So it has a little bit of grape juice and a little wafer. So when we actually get to physically meet again, we could do this safely. Safely is good. So communion, this is like gold.
It's either that or I could put gloves on and throw them at people. That'd be fun.
You would like that, I think.
Just open your mouth and I'd throw it right in. Sorry.
So, communion. This is precious stuff because this symbolizes the truth of who we are, the living light of love that exists within us. This symbolizes us taking it on, living it. Here's to you. Should we pray? And then, loving Spirit of light, thank you for this. Walk with us, help us to have this ascended awareness. In the name of Jesus.
Thank you.
Okay. She did pretty well. This home version.
It's roasting out here.
I know. I got hot. Couldn't remember how I was too busy focused to notice. Okay. Communion. Join me in prayer. Loving Spirit of light, as we drink this in, help us to drink in life, all of it. Help us to drink it in without being tainted by it, without us being distorted by it. Help us to drink in love, finding love and joy. These things we pray in the name of Jesus. Amen. Can I make a mess? I think I can. Okay, so if you want to, donate, but you're moving things. Don't do that. Stop. So if you would be so kind and use the donate aspect, that'd be great.
Because we still have a building, still have everything, so still kind of need your help.
And we're going to go back. We're going to be there soon.
Sooner or later.
Soon, I hope. Hope.
Don't know what
Right.
that means, when, but soon.
We'll do what we can when we can. All right.
Longest 2 weeks in history.
Yeah. Go. I want to.
What?
You need to tell me if somebody has a question about
Okay.
If you have a question about your guided meditation, Phil's on his way to the other computer and can take a look at that. I'm going to tune into put him on speaker. He's working on it.
What?
Oh, there you are. Okay, so your guided meditation. First of all, she's back. No, I wanted to talk to you about the different boats that were available and what they might mean for you. So if you were guided to a sailboat, we're getting some feedback here, Phil. Okay, whatever. So if you were guided to the sailboat, this is letting you know that it's time for you to receive new information through your insights, through your inspiration and your psychic awareness. So allow yourself to move into that. Take that on. It's like the word inspired means God breathed. And a sailboat moves forward with air, with the movement, with that the wind, the breeze. So this is letting you know and identifying for you the ability that you have to receive that information, that insight through divine source. So allow yourself to be open and receive that. No.
Lila.
She's off. Maybe you can close the door on her. Sorry, it's home version. There was a kitty cat trying to come in, not our cat, but another cat trying to come in the cat door. If you were guided to a tugboat, this is telling you you're stronger than you think you are. And you have big work to do. A little tugboat can move a big, huge ship. So know that you can move things more than you thought you could. You're having more of an influence than you thought you are, staying in that positive state of being. If you chose the three-masted ship, this is letting you know you can't do it alone. That it's imperative for you to find your community, find your home, find the people that work with you, and then can help you. And it's okay to ask for help. And that it's a part of this partnership, this community, to help move things forward. Does that make sense? If you received quit that. If you received a garbage scow, sit. Good girl. Yeah, just be good. If you were being followed by the garbage scow, this is unwanted energies that have nothing to do with you, that you're ready to let go. If you were being followed by a cruise ship, this is other people's opinions and judgments and decisions. You don't need to carry their stuff. It's okay what they decide is okay what they think. You don't have to carry that anymore. It's not your stuff to be worried about. If it was a submarine that was following you, this is your own fears and your own hatred and your own worries that are getting the best of you. And we release them all. And because it's a choice to drag them along or not, and you release them, how wonderful is that? The tool that you chose could give you some significance as to the action for you to take right now, or where you are, what's your next step. How does that sound? If you had a sword, this is asking you to find your truth and live your truth. It's not trying to make somebody else approve of your truth or make somebody else believe your truth. It's about just living your truth as best that you can. If you received a hatchet, this is about taking a chance. Step up, take some action. Put your back into it. Not just your mouth, but your back into it. A laser, if you chose a laser, this is about utilizing the power of positive energy. That you have access to that, and you can use that to just hone in on it, exactly what you want, and go for it. I had a dentist appointment this week, and so they took a filling out of one of my teeth with a laser. I didn't have to have any anesthetic at all with that. They just lasered it out of there, buffed it up, and then put the new stuff in there. No anesthetic, nothing. It was the coolest thing ever. So these lasers can be fine-tuned to just the specific energy that you want. So this is asking you to fine-tune your energy. You can use this as a tool to just get to the core of it and make some specific actions or specific steps that will be of benefit to you. Now you may have a question as to whatever gift you gave the Harbor Master. This may have significance for you as well. So do we have anyone who gave a gift to their Harbor Master that has a question about that?
Yeah, Patience was a submarine, a sword, an old-fashioned shaving bowl with a razor, and a brush for the Harbor Master.
Say that again.
Submarine.
Okay, I already talked about that.
Sword.
Okay, I talked about that.
Old-fashioned shaving bowl with a razor.
Okay, and that's what she gave to the Harbor Master. Okay, so this is about...
Excuse me.
This is about cleaning up. You're not here to clean somebody else's mess, but you're here to give them tools by which they can. So this is empowering someone else to do better, empowering someone else in their choices. And how we empower other people is not telling them what they should do, because nobody will listen to what we should do. You should do this and you should do that. The shoulda, coulda, woulda, oughta, gotta, must, have to, always, and nevers. Doesn't work. But by giving people power in their lives, they can clean up what they need to clean up. They can get clean shaven. They can let it go. Now, we empower others by telling them how well they're doing, what they're doing well, and when we're being a blessing. So this is letting you know that you came here to be a blessing, patients, and you are. So keep up the good work, dear. Hope I answered that clearly.
Yep. Shannon was on a speedboat, found a lead pipe at the bottom of the boat, and gave that to the harbor master.
Speedboat. Okay, so things are going to speed up for you. It's not a matter of sitting back and waiting for things to happen. You're happening. You're happening. You're taking action. You're moving forward on your journey far more rapidly than you think you are. You may think you're stagnant, but you are not. You're moving forward fast. The lead pipe. This is about. Let me ask. Lead pipe. Well, it's a blunt instrument. So giving this back to the harbor master. This is giving, bless you. This is giving you the ability to let go of needing to be totally blunt, and giving you the ability to be,
We lost everything again.
No, I'm still here.
Well, I lost it.
Okay, well, we're just having some weird troubles here. I'm going to keep going because it still says I'm here. So this is about being able to speak with grace. Speak your truth with grace. And apparently Phil can't see anymore.
Nope.
So that'll do us for now. If you have any other questions, put them on Facebook and I will get to them as soon as we wrap up here. I'll get back online. Lord willing, and the creek don't rise and the internet stays on. And I'll get back and respond to you. All right? So Mr. Phil, we'll wrap up here. Weird.
I don't know. It does not. I don't know if anybody can hear us. This does not appear to be a connection. It seems to be Facebook that's doing this. So I don't know. Maybe it was something we said.
Maybe. I don't know. Whatever. So we're just going to be the light as best we can. Healing energy, energy circle, bringing love in, sending it out, receiving it back, amplified. Opening your hands and your heart and your mind and your awareness to receive all the love that you're able to carry and bring into your world so that maybe you could share it. Bring it into your heart space. May your life be a prayer. God bless. See you next time. Yay.
See you Wednesday.
See you Wednesday. Wednesday Wisdoms.